Hey everybody, Jennifer from Scrapping Under the Influence. So this is just going to be a project share. I most likely am not going to do a tutorial on this, partially because this paper is from last summer. It's not easy to get a hold of, and because truly this project was just something, paper I wanted to use. I wanted to make something that was not going to be a tutorial or that I'm not thinking of as a future project or anything like that. Just something for me to make just to make it. Simply because I feel like I haven't gotten to do that for a very long time. And I love how it came out, and I just wanted to share it with you. So, this is my album. This is Stamperia Sleeping Beauty that came out last summer, and it was one of those papers, like, I saw it and I fell in love with it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to have this. Never having bought Stamperia before or anything, like, I had to have it. So, what I did on the front is a shaker that is kind of, smaller than the actual cover, so it, kind of sits up like a frame. Sorry for the glare there. And I did something a little bit different with this, which I will be showing you. I just have to refine it a little because it worked really well, but it needs some tweaking. So I just took one of the 8x8 papers and fussy cut and cut it apart actually and popped that up so you had like some dimension in there and whatnot. Same thing with the little fairy here. I did 3 different ribbons for the closure, which was not something I'd done before, and honestly was just kind of an experiment, and it worked really well because then you get these 3 different bows on the side and they're like really fluffy, and I love how it came out. So inside, got just stacked pockets over here. I do have inserts in all the pages that I ended up not matting. I decided they really didn't need it. But this pocket, of course, goes all the way down. Same thing here. I did a lot of fussy cutting with this because this paper just it just screams for it. It needs to be fussy cut. So here we've got, the princess. And I did kind of just freehand follow this line down the side here for this flap. So that opens up. Got a couple of, and then just a couple of mats in here as well. There were not solids, of course, to go with this, but surprisingly, the solids that go with the Simple Vintage Lakeside actually work really well with this paper. I was so surprised because I was like, why didn't I think to find some solids to bring with me? And I didn't, and then ended up finding those, and that worked really well. So here, we've got her sleeping again, and this is from the 8x8 pad. This is from the 12x12 of the same paper, so you've kind of got that continuation. And again, I just kind of followed along that line. And this opens up, and you've got that gorgeous horse print, which I know he's over here again, but it was just too pretty. I couldn't resist. And then you have the cute little kitty sitting on the stairs there that, of course, had to be in here. And that just folds back in there. On this side, we've got some ribbon, and this kind of tucks underneath there, which was not my intention. This actually ended up over too far, but it's okay. And I just did a couple of pockets in here. I don't love how that came out, but again, this is just for me, and I don't care. It's fine. But, like I said, I never have bought their paper before, and it was too pretty. So here I did a waterfall with just a little kind of closure, kind of in a different place. I did that paper just so it can carry it on down, which you've all seen me do that before. And then when you flip it up, you've got that gorgeous table underneath it, which actually was on purpose. So there you go. And then here, this is literally just a photo mat with a little chipboard piece. On this side, I had the 8x8 paper, and I just kind of fussy cut along. I started fussy cutting out, the prince and the princess, and I was like, no, because I want, the whole thing over here and whatnot. So I just kind of continued on up, kind of where it made sense with, some of the background on it, and ended up making this into 2 pockets. So, we've got pockets on each side, and that paper is just split. And then again, I just used that same page just with the 12x12 to mat underneath there. This one, I love how this came out. So I literally fussy cut this with a craft knife. and I cut around the flowers, and then I did my little black border and cut around, and then I cut it into my flap that was going on this page, and ended up with this cute little see-through into this 8x8 that I wanted to keep intact. So you've got, you know, the prince and princess riding off, and then again, just another really pretty page on there. And that, again, not something I would probably do on one of my normal albums, but again, I was just doing this for me. So then we've got a magnetic closure here, and then a reverse waterfall. And I was starting to run low on paper, so I didn't get too crazy with the matting in here. And then on the back, I had fussy cut her out of the 12x12 before I realized she was really too big for my page sizes, because my pages are 6x8. So I just made her into a pocket on the back, and I just have 2 of the 6x6 cut aparts that are part of this paper collection tucked in there. So there you go. So that is my Sleeping Beauty album that I made just for me, because it is probably my favorite fairy tale, first off. Second favorite Disney princess, being first place being taken by Rapunzel. And if you know me, you know this. And just, yeah, it came out so much better than I hoped. I seriously was just like in the zone. I did this in like a day. I can't even believe I did it that fast, but there you go. So there you go. Oh, stupid glare. But yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll be back before you know it with the first of the first two albums that will go into my travel trunk, that are going to be Adventureland and Fantasyland from the Simple Stories Say Cheese at the Park collection. And I hope you guys will be back to see that and see how those come out. Thanks for watching. Bye.